It's not only the EU, the UN, and the US Supreme Court. According to recent polls, roughly 70% of Americans are in favor of closing the infamous military prison at Guantanamo Bay.
We've already reported about the frightening 3D replica set up in SL to motivate the public to protest. Our staff reporter Lucien Franziosa talked to two activists who brought their crusade to close Gitmo to Second Life, film documentarian Nani de la Pera and USC professor Peggy Weil.
What have they achieved now that the 6th anniversary of the first prisoner being taken to Gitmo has come and gone?
Friday, January 11th, was an ordinary day for me. I woke up in my own bed, in my own house, and freely lived my life choices as protected by my government. Unfortunately, January 11th was also an ordinary day at Guantanamo Bay. Alleged war criminals were being held without trial, without even the minimum of Geneva POW rights, having to endure humiliating acts, solitary confinement, temperature extremes, and forced positions, according to the International Red Cross. And that's the rosy picture. A darker picture is painted by actual detainees that have been released. First reported here by Draxter Dupre.
What happens behind these barbed wires? The little information that comes out of Guantanamo Bay through former prisoners, their lawyers, or the occasional NGO is remarkably consistent. They all report similar horrors. Beatings, electric shock, people chained to walls, floors, their heads plunged into ice-cold water.
What makes this story personally difficult is the same American government that protects my rights is responsible for these atrocities. But what I and many other Americans want the world to know is that the current government is not the people. January 11th is also when the American Civil Liberties Union staged nationwide and Second Life-wide protests of the 6th anniversary of Camp X-Ray. The ACLU was joined in Second Life by activists who created an in-world Camp X-Ray experience.
I'm Peggy Weil. I'm a professor at USC's School of Cinematic Arts in the Interactive Media Division. I've worked in digital media for a long time. I'm very honored to be working on this project with Nani de la Pena.
I'm Nani de la Pena. I'm a writer, filmmaker, and one of the co-creators of Gitmo. Gitmo was designed to bring awareness to issues of habeas corpus.
I received a telephone call from my son. Dad, I have been arrested. And I said, what? Why? He said, I don't know. I've been kept like an animal in a cage. They don't give me food.
It became very clear to me that we had a situation where Guantanamo is, to all but the most serious and dedicated workers, inaccessible for American citizens. So we have a real but inaccessible destination, and Second Life presented an opportunity.
You got 70% of people wanting to close it down. How do you get them involved? Well, if you start getting them to go there, and then you provide a repository of information of this is what you do, here's where you click to write your congressman, here's your, tools. It can really be a extraordinary, and I'll say tool again, but extraordinary tool to, toward change.
If one student Googles habeas and learns about habeas corpus, we're happy.
And, to go through that and actually kind of put to be detained, even however briefly, it gives some sense of, what that really means. And that's kind of our goal, like get people thinking about it, get them learning about it, get them really recognizing that this is, this is an inexcusable thing that this country has done, and we need to stop it. We need to stop it now. We need to take the country back, because this is not what our Constitution says. It's not what most Americans believe in.
This is Lucien Franciosa, Life for You News, saying, regardless of your politics, without habeas corpus, what are we?
Thank you, Lucien. And here is more News in Brief.
Presented by SL Insight, the Second Life portal.
Winter sport enthusiasts, take note. There are only 10 days to go until the final competition of the Deutsche Post Winter Games. The only thing you need to do to take part is to get a postcard over the finish line. Of course, this means that you'll have to master the combined ski and snowboard run, get a winning time on the bobsled, and dare to make the huge leap down the monstrous ski slope. Only the best 20 avatars will qualify for the final competition. The second and third place finishers will receive 25,000 Linden dollars, and everyone finishing from 4th to 10th place will receive 10,000 each. SL goes Mars. Space engineers are working hard developing the technical devices needed to enable mankind to travel to Mars. But this doesn't mean that psychologists are just sitting around taking a breather. As the American Space Agency, NASA, recently announced, scientists are testing Second Life as a way of connecting lonesome space cowboys with their families, friends, and colleagues at home while on their nearly endless voyages to the Red Planet. Jump to the internet. For the first time ever, an SL avatar has made the move to the normal internet. As of last Monday, Amal Hathaway is now standing in for Trixie as the virtual sales advisor at the online bookstore bol.de. Trixie is on vacation, and while she's gone, Amal will be taking care of all the clients' needs at bol.de. Not only will she be answering questions about bol.de products, she'll also be giving out information on herself and other things, such as the weather.
I think we're going to stick to SL, right, Christoph? Who cares about that old-fashioned World Wide Web?
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's so 90s. It's so done, you know? Well, this has been Life for You for today.
We'll see you again next week. Till then, here's wishing you all a great second life.
Hey, producer, the 90s, it's like over, you know? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, Backstreet Boys. Oh, that crap.
Tell
Done.
me what you want, what you
Really want what you really want. Oh, tell me what you want. Tell me. Oh my God, please end it.
For information, comments, and suggestions, visit our website, www.lifeforyou.tv.
If you wanna be my lover,